Hello and welcome, it's Darius Barazandeh, and I want to make a quick video to share some truths that I've learned about frequencies and also bring you into a space where you can begin to formulate things that you can use in your own body or on your own body to raise your vibration and also to protect your energy against people, places, and things that don't serve you. And so we're going to be talking about this amazing technology of taking oils and essential elements and things that we may never think about, like geranium, Palo Santo from Ecuador, orange blossom extract, frankincense, and using these as energy protection mechanisms. You know, it's very interesting. When the Christ was born, you hear the stories of the three wise men, and one of the things that they brought was what? Well, I seem to remember frankincense and myrrh was brought as gifts for the baby Jesus. Now, in the traditions of many different religions, we're not really told why. Well, I believe it was actually for energy protection, that these beings understood that this was a high vibrational being and they wanted to protect it. And we're learning through people like JoAnne Bassett that frequencies like this one that we talked about, the bubble of divine love, can actually act in a way as almost like magical potions that not only bring you more goodness and more light in your life, but also raise your energy and protect your energy. And I'm going to share why I believe this is so. One of the things that happens when we have like an energetic block or a void in our energy field, let's say we have a lack of self-love, there's a certain frequency, there's a certain energetic void that can happen in our aura and around our body. And I think this is why, if you've ever had, let's say, people treat you a certain way and you say, you know, that person never did that bad thing to anyone else, but when they got around me, they did that bad thing, and you just don't understand it. Well, I believe there's some void in our energy field when we're having trauma or we haven't fully been able to work through our frequencies. And because of that, other people can recognize it. Other people can plug into it. And it may cause them to act in a certain way or behave in a certain way that isn't in our best possible light. And this is why I really love the work of our guest, JoAnne Bassett. And I'm going to share a little bit about some of these frequencies that are contained in these literal potions. Because scents and the energy of certain natural items can actually intensify good energy. They can protect us. They can also catapult abundance, and they can even shift reality. And so we're going to be talking about all of these things and some of these elements that you literally just spray on your body and they create these shifts. Now, this particular item that we're going to be talking about here today is a package from JoAnne Bassett, and she was one of our guests at ULtra Revolution. It comes in this absolutely exquisite box, and one of the easiest ways, if you want to actually move your energy field, is to use something called the bubble of divine love. Now, this, JoAnne says, is one of the things that can actually enclose you in a literal bubble of divine love and light. And one of the reasons is it contains frankincense, and it also contains damask rose from Morocco, cinnamon leaf, St. John's wort, geranium from Egypt, Palo Santo from Ecuador, and also orange blossom. One of the things she says is that this frequency, combined in the way that she has, seals people from being attacked from dimensional beings or even negative energies. Now, as you know from the interview, if you didn't get a chance to hear it, JoAnne is literally a multi-dimensional being. She has traced back her origins all the way back to 14th and 13th century alchemists from France. So in her former lives, she had this information. It's been coming forward, and these scents are truly amazing, unlike anything else I've ever experienced in my life, but very similar to something I used back in 2008 when I was going through my divorce and dealing with a lot of financial challenges. I saw a beautiful being of light in Houston, Texas, who actually created very special formulations for me to protect and seal my energy field so I would not be energetically attacked or in a place where the wrong person came into my field. Now, I want to share something else that JoAnne's doing. This is another amazing package, a little bigger, and we're going to kind of talk about them, but I want to show you kind of what comes in here. In this package, I got another beautiful potion for self-love. I got another beautiful potion for divine destiny. And I got a beautiful energy protection potion and much more. And I also got this, which is one of her signature items, which is called Perfect As I Am. Now, these potions have a very specific purpose, and we're going to talk about how you can actually create one for yourself with certain divine attributes and certain divine intentions. So let's jump to my computer, and I want to share a little more. Right. Well, so the beautiful box that we just showed you was actually part of JoAnne Bassett's Sovereignty Perfume collection. And the big bottle that I had just showed you was actually something called Perfect As I Am. And this actual perfume is a combination of elements, energies, and even protection elements to really help you plug in to the energy of your own aura that is totally sealed and aligned with the energy of beautiful and perfect just as I am. And this one can actually help you to have better luck, more self-love, more awareness, more confidence when you go into situations. Also will naturally draw people to you because everybody is drawn to those who truly love themselves. The other thing about this is this has an energy protection mechanism as well. She's also included something that I've been wearing recently called Divine Destiny Natural Perfume. Now, this is again something to protect you from negative influences and end the cycle of bad luck and things that could be holding you back. This little bottle, when you actually wear it, you stand in your power, you have people drawn to you, but you also end the cycle of negative frequencies or karmas that are holding you back. Now, why do I believe this? Now, this probably sounds like a really bold promise that getting something like this could make that much of a difference. Well, it was 2008. I was going through a divorce, as I shared, and I had lost more than half of what I had built through my business at the time. I was very heartbroken. I was suffering. I was terrified of what to do. And I met a beautiful being in Houston at an energy center. And she made for me very specific potions, just like this. And I'll share what she did was she actually infused intentions in my potions. Now, when you get to option 3, that's something, because I know a lot of people are going to hear my story and say, oh, I want her to infuse intentions in my potion. Well, that's what JoAnne is doing. And this one is one where you actually choose your intention, and she will create that for you. Now, I want to say this. It does not matter, which one you get. I think they're all very powerful. This particular one, you can infuse abundance. You can infuse inner peace and protection, or inner peace, protection, or self-love. But that's pretty much what this being of light did for me. And she made me one for more abundance, and we infused the energies of Sir Richard Branson and people that were doing good in the world, but also making a difference. And she also infused an energy. There was another potion for love. If somebody was not in my best interest, or somebody was bad for me, so to speak, they would not like the aroma, and they would be instantly repelled. Their energy field would not connect to mine. They couldn't get in there. And that is what happened when I wore the item, when I wore the oil. There were many people that I was in dating relationships with just for a moment, or I'd meet them and they couldn't stand it, and I knew that wasn't the right person for my journey. 6 months later, I met my wife, and 6 months later, I started what would become my first tele-event. Many of you may be familiar with that. If you're in a place where you really feel like stuff is coming against you, or you really want to gift yourself with something beautiful, or maybe a friend or your mother or someone you love, these amazing tools from JoAnne Bassett are really powerful. And the thing is that, how they say dogs can smell fear? Well, I think people can sense wholeness. They can sense connection. They can sense divine purpose. And if you're feeling like you can't get that into form through the traditional ways you've been working with your energy, consider this energy alchemy or these potion alchemy, because it's very, very possible to do that. One thing she's doing for a handful of people that you might be interested in, and that is actually a custom-made perfume potion in a glass perfume bottle just for you. And let me scroll down, because this is the custom bespoke perfume in a hand-blown glass bottle. Now this one, she is going to actually include a Royal Alchemical activation just for you. And we've already had people wanting to do this because it is so special. It's kind of like a way to break the old energies once and for all through this magic potion. And what she does is she does a channeled video and activation for you, and a written quest on a special paper sealed with JoAnne's personal wax seal. Now, many of you know she was a Royal Alchemist in a former life, way back in France and many other areas. So I do believe this carries some very interesting potential, and it takes her up to 5 hours to personally formulate this alchemical potion for you. And you will actually get to be plugged in to your personal frequency that will move you to the highest and best space possible. And if you want to put these together yourself, or you want to have a little more energy protection, that's something I promised at the beginning of this video, because during our call, I mean, we shared a lot of different formulations. Get yourself something like myrrh, get yourself something like frankincense, and use it on your body's energy field. But if you want to make sure that they're infused with the highest energy and put together in the way that she knows from her work and from the ancient practices of alchemy and potion alchemy from the 14th century and beyond that she's channeled into, well, that's why she's here. So if you want to go deeper, take a look. Thank you for watching the video, and just feel into it. I've used these, I've been wearing them, truly incredible, and it's like an instant opening to a whole nother reality. Thank you very much, our dear guest, JoAnne Bassett, for doing this for us. Plus, she's also including 30-minute private readings as well. If you want to just work with her by herself, that is here. And you can add that to any of these different options. Maybe you want to do a 30-minute reading with the 127 perfume and get some help, get some clearing. All of it is included, and there are many options there. And I want you to know, before you leave, that you are worthy, that you matter, and that deep down inside, like I had back in 2008 with that suffering I was going through, that there is a part of you that's whole, perfect, and complete. These types of energies from these perfumes and from these different potions are really a way to remind yourself of that, to align with that part of your natural energy vibrance that's beyond the blockages, so that you emanate that everywhere you go. And what happens is, when your natural energy and natural energetic environment begins to vibrate at that, these become kind of like training wheels where you don't need them anymore. But I want you to know deep down that your dreams matter, that you matter. You're really important to so many people around you, and don't let anything stop you, because you're an infinite being. And our mission at UWealth is always to bring you tools and ways that people have been transforming their life and the lives of others. I've used these types of tools. They work, they're wonderful, and they have a very potent punch when you need them. And maybe that's why in all the fairy tales and so many other things that we've heard about, which I believe often are really grounded in the core esoteric truth of our energy reality, they used potions, they used formulas. They talk about the anointing of oil on the Bible and placing the oil on the forehead of the eldest son or the favorite son. And the son that would get the anointing of oil would literally go on to have abundance, joy, happiness, health, prosperity. The son that wouldn't, or that didn't, would have suffering, turmoil, doubt, lack of vitality and well-being. And is it the oil? Is it the belief from the anointing? I really don't know, but I do know this. You deserve the best, and you deserve it all. And if you want that support or something completely different that you're not going to find really anywhere else in this way, this is why we do this, because many of these truths that we don't fully understand have very powerful ramifications in multiple dimensions and in our future timelines. So much love. Take a look and know that you matter, you're worthy, and thank you, JoAnne, for these wonderful gifts.